the world.
Okay, hopefully I made it on time. Okay, we did. Perfect. Oh man, it's so early. I have to go do some stuff.
Season is going up against the man who would love to dethrone him to make his way towards a historic run to the E-World Cup final. It is, of course, that man, Kurt.
And there's a reason why F2TEKKZ is the #1 in the world. Consistency throughout the entire season. He's looked phenomenal in every single aspect of his game, from defense to offense, from goalkeeper movement to finishing. It's all there in one incredible package. But there's something about Kurt's gameplay at this tournament which has been exciting, it's been fluid, it's been fun to watch. And if he can bring that to his game, he might be able to get through Tekkz here.
I think you could have just said there's something about Kurt, there's something about this young man that just means that you can never count him out of any situation, even the one that he finds himself in. He said himself, you heard the quote on the couch before this game got underway, if I hadn't got suspended, I'd be #1 in the world, and I'm sure F2TEKKZ would have had something to say about that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he wants to prove that statement true, then a victory here is what he needs, and then a couple of victories more to qualify for that E-World Cup. It's certainly not going to be an easy task, but he's done it before. He is a player who has reached the heights in these tournaments. Of course, he only lost out to MS Dasari in the Xbox final last year's World Cup. So now we'll see whether maybe, just maybe, he can make his way to another one.
Well, no real chances to report early in this game. It's kind of been both players feeling each other out. However, possession has certainly been on the side of Kurt. He looks like a little through ball to try and find R9. And I must say, Dan, from what I've seen so far of F2TEKKZ in this tournament, there's been a slightly more reserved feel to his gameplay.
Kurt's using Ronaldo now.
Taking a few less risks than we're used to seeing.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
And now you can see Kurt trying to orchestrate an attack of his own. Vieira, unfortunately, cannot find that ball out wide.
Good defending there, actually.
Danny DaCosta's going to nip in now and start the attack here for Tekkz.
Tekkz has only conceded 8
Tekkz's playstyle on the attack is aggressive attacking.
12 games of FIFA, only
his players just like boost forward.
You can tell he's gone and he's worked on his defense to make sure he doesn't have any vulnerabilities, he doesn't have any weaknesses, because every single tournament people target Tekkz, they watch his gameplay. How can I play like Tekkz? How can I beat Tekkz? Well, he just changes his game style every single tournament to surprise us, and that's why he's the best in the world. But at the moment, Kurt's going toe-to-toe with him. We've not seen any real chances on either side.
And here is that quick pass in here from Kurt. Almost
he tries to do a layoff like right next to him.
To Kylian Mbappe, who was making that overlap.
They actually had that in like FIFA 18 pre-patch, and then I feel like it was no longer a viable option. Just to do a little layoff to the person that's making a run.
Have to be as well, and you're going to have to in these opening stages. Just try and get a feel of your opponent. Even though they may have played each other in FIFA 18, FIFA 19 is entirely a different beast.
Well, here's Ronaldo. Mbappe just shows too much there to Ruud Gullit, which allows Tekkz to get back in and make that tackle. And now Danny DaCosta can pick up the ball.
So far, I'm liking how balanced this game is between them. Very balanced, feeling each other out, you know?
From F2TEKKZ.
And it's not like to get here as well, Kurt hasn't already faced some incredible players on his way. He knocked out Megabit, who of course was ranked 4th in the rankings.
Megabit is so awesome at this game.
So he knows how to get the job done against these big players, and he even credited Megabit and said, God, he plays such good FIFA as well. It was a pleasure to play against him.
Yeah, he's really good, man.
He didn't enjoy knocking him out of the tournament, but I'm sure there would be something about knocking the #1 in the world out of the tournament that he would enjoy.
Inter's white kit in game looks nice.
27 minutes gone now in this first leg. Still no shot on target from either player at this stage.
But that Liverpool color is better, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe Kurt will be the first one here to pull the trigger and test the goalkeeper. Neymar.
Oh, beautiful passing.
Vieira steps in though.
Good defending. Tekkz is manually defending really well. Gotta give him props for that, man. That's really good.
Get the ball inside that 18-yard box. It's been a real midfield battle so far.
Well, I'm sure you're probably watching.
He commits the runs, eh? I think he does like the L1 spam.
Just have a cross in there, go for an attempt at maybe a back post header.
Or LB because they're on
resilient
Xbox.
with how he wants to play FIFA.
That was
he wants
really
to play
nice.
that smooth passing style.
Well, maybe Tekkz might be able to take advantage of that. Neymar with the drag back. Little half drag back into the scoop turn. This is where the young man is so dangerous. Vieira gets a piece of it.
Bad deflection
Mbappe
there.
with the fake shot, the drag back. Oh, it's beautiful. The McGeady
really nice. That was really good play by Tekkz.
But again,
and he tries to get that near post angle too, and he greened it as well.
And now the counter attack is on.
Yeah, Kurt just wants to find these opportunities where Tekkz is vulnerable at the back, when he's been attacking, when the counter attack is available.
The physical. He's like, nah, B.
Called there as well onto Vieira, so a chance for Kurt. And if you remember, against Megabit,
Vieira getting a yellow card is really bad.
He did score a free kick from this range.
What do you get the yellow for?
It was just a little layoff and then a driven shot from quite some distance.
Well, let's see what Kurt's got up his
Free kick tactics in this game are nasty, bro. Yeah.
CR7, Croquetta's past one. He goes past two!
Croquetta, dribble, Croquetta,
like that, he beats the goalkeeper,
time shot across goal.
And Kurt,
that Croquetta's insane, man. I'm telling you guys.
Back against the
Croquetta,
wall. There's been so many mind games leading up to this
time shot
and this particular game.
I don't like the Croquetta, but for competitive FIFA, that's considered a really nice goal. So
like,
GG's.
No, I'm not nervous. And Kurt's saying, oh, you're just going to have to use like all the meta kind of ways to finish. And Tekkz is like, no, I can just play normal FIFA.
He doesn't spam Croquetta. He Croquetta dribbles Croquetta.
Is he going to try beat Kurt at his own game by trying to get these nice, beautiful goals? Or
it's like this moral thing, you know what I mean? It's like he's like, no, I need to at least dribble, you know?
Using those meta goals, maybe some crosses to the back post. It's really going to see how that develops across the
In the podcast, we talked about that. Like, dude, if you use it, it's like you got to dribble at least one to not feel like a piece of shit.
Matchup, but first blood goes to Kurt. He said himself, if I was here all season, I'd be number one.
This is going to be such a good game, man.
I mean,
I'm already liking it so far. It's looking good. Those touches are super weird, though. First time shot, yeah. Kickoff. Yikes.
And you can't take your eyes off this one, ladies and gents.
And I really think those
but a good build-up, though. He gets the first-time shot angle, green times it.
Open up, and he's going to get a little bit explosive, a little bit fiery between these two. And it was a very subtle reaction from Tekkz, but you knew how much that meant for him to just get one on the board, to give him that little bit of confidence and belief.
Kickoff is crazy, man.
I am the best in the world. I can.
It's not a problem to score on kickoff. Really it's just that if you play this game, you know that they're stupid from kickoff. If they weren't stupid and it was actually a good goal, then that's one thing. But it's just insane how ineffective the defenders are.
The 1-1 now, just before half-time. And it has been a tight affair between the two. And to be honest with you, Dan, it's only really been one chance each, and they've both been buried.
Yeah, both players playing very well in the middle of the park, keeping possession and very reluctant to give away possession in any dangerous areas. Otherwise, they know that.
I think it was a kickoff, though. I don't remember exactly.
They are going to be able to pounce on that.
If it was, then
you have to make sure you have zero mistakes as the halftime whistle goes.
Good half so far. One kickoff goal, but like a build-up kickoff goal, one for those first-time shots. Tekkz is good at green timing those shots, man.
In my opinion, because Kurt has nothing to lose at this point. He's already achieved so much this tournament. He's already so close to his goals. He's already proven the points that he wants to prove. But for Tekkz, he's number one in the world. Everyone's got his eyes on him saying, can you beat someone who came into this tournament ranked 55th?
I'm actually going to disagree with you for just a second here, because I think that every single round that Kurt gets through, those goals change. Yes, he's like, I'm happy to be here. But once you get yourself into this position that he's in right now, to go up against the best in the world, and you can almost taste how sweet that victory would be to get to that E-World Cup final. I think that's what's in his head right now. I think that just competing here isn't enough for him now. I think if he falls here at this hurdle when being so close, oh, he'll want to rerun, put it that way.
But I think that's what makes this matchup so special.
Hey man, he's playing good football, so
want to win not just this particular game, but the entire tournament. They are born champions. They have the possibility to win tournaments, and maybe the winner of this can go on to win the entire thing.
Let's see if Kurt gets a kickoff here. Kickoff or kickoff?
Second half underway then. 1-1.
Yeah, he's going to try to work the middle.
Chances, but a game of clinical finishing from both players. Here's Neymar then for Kurt.
Look at the way the defenders act.
In front of him there, you can see Mbappe.
It's insane.
Right-hand side just being called in by Kurt, and now you can see Kurt just trying to manipulate the midfield. So many players deep here for F2TEKKZ.
Oh, Patrick Vieira doing Patrick Vieira things.
Defenders with that pass, but quite surprising to see Tekkz actually playing quite so deep.
Yeah, and I think both of them, it's just because of the situation and because of the magnitude of this match that they are going to be playing deep, they are going to be playing safe in this first leg. I'm expecting it to open up as this leg goes on, and especially as we transition into leg number 2. But what I'm impressed about is Kurt having that resilience in the midfield, not to play too many risky balls, and instead being very patient.
Well, good use of the Croquetta.
The Croquetta gets past one.
That's a weird one.
CR7, drag
good
back,
defending.
Ramos makes a good tackle.
That first Croquetta, that's like a natural position to use it. If the defending was actually, if the manual defending was good for against it, that would have been an authentic way to use it, you know?
The Liverpool captain wins the ball back.
Hopefully if they get the defense right for it, like if you do predict that, then you're good, but the Croqueta doesn't have a defensive animation, so that's why it's so overpowered. But that was like an authentic use of it.
CR7 with the Croqueta, there's a scoop turn, a little bit of space just opened up.
He did green that. The game could decide to score that.
Tekkz there. He actually greened that, but
yeah. The game could decide. That's an RNG one.
I think it struck one of his players on the way through and just gone out for a goal kick, but a moment of danger there for Kurt, and he survives.
I mean, sometimes when you get into that position and you manage to actually pull off a green shot, you expect it to at least challenge the goalkeeper, but of course, the balance of the player and the positioning is going to make a little bit of a difference there as well.
Kurt's build-up is slower against Tekkz. He's playing that playstyle smart.
And still looks very threatening going forward.
It does indeed. And Mbappe here has found a fantastic ball across. Ronaldo, Neymar.
He gets deflection. You know what?
You know what?
Got to give credit to Tekkz for the manual goalkeeping right there. Especially from a deflection. I like that he didn't score that. That was good manual goalkeeping right there. He saw the deflection, reacted really quick.
Neymar now. Dispossessed by Neymar. And you have to say that was a worrying moment there for F2TEKKZ.
It was worrying, but you say it was an unorthodox.
This is a pretty good game so far, man.
The goalkeeper, he did recognize that second opportunity was a possibility.
Definitely lived up to the hype so far.
Goalkeeper movement to ensure that it wasn't going to be an easy finish for Kurt. Kurt didn't read it the right way of which way to put it with Ronaldo, and that's why we're still tied up here. But it's a lot of these subtle differences that are really going to make or break this tournament and for Kurt this season for him.
And I just wonder, looking at how F2TEKKZ is set up in this game, Dan, he's playing so deep. You can see here every single player of his is in his own half.
Yeah.
Do you think that's deliberately set up?
He knows Kurt is good at attacking, man. That's why he's doing that.
I almost think he's encouraging Kurt to come at him, because one thing that Tekkz is good at doing is exploiting people once they've attacked him, once he's able to actually get the ball back and go on that counter-attack. So he's saying, I'll give you the ball, you can have the possession, I'll wait for you to make a mistake, there's one. Unfortunately, he's not quite able to capitalize off it.
And for Kurt, this is all about concentration. It's all about...
Kurt's building up the play right now because he's waiting for one player to overcommit so he can exploit that certain space. And the defending that Tekkz is doing right now is fantastic.
Attack with pace and speed, but this time...
Yeah, really good defending by him, man. Good, that was manual defending. Very good, man.
I'm sure there is a lot of respect between the two players.
The way he switched to the fullbacks and everything was awesome.
I say, as if he should be the #1. I think he knows what an impressive season Tekkz has had and how strong he's been from day one, really. When we saw him back in Bucharest all those months ago, back in November when he won that first FUT Champions Cup, and then he just kept on winning.
Yeah, he'll commit that run there. Yeah, nicely done.
Gonna
use the middle now.
And Kurt is slowly creeping his way up the pitch, inch by inch, to Costa. After the ball is won back for Tekkz, though, he's going to start an attack. And again, it's a slow, methodical build-up this time from F2TEKKZ. And here's the acceleration from Kylian Mbappe.
Great defending there. Really, this is such a good game, man. This is what you want to watch for competitive, man. That Dossery game.
No chance for F2TEKKZ.
I'm going to show you guys the game tomorrow. It was just like a really bad competitive game, man. All the goals sucked. This one, there's been one kickoff. But generally speaking, it's...
Another set piece for Kurt. Of course, that's how he got his first goal, and he has scored a few this tournament. Maybe not from this kind of area. Let's see what he has to offer.
You know what I've noticed with Kurt too, man? Like, he doesn't use manual goalkeeping that much.
Neymar gets a little bit fortunate with that bounce back, and you can see again Kurt just looking for a little reverse pass back into that runner.
You gotta pray, you gotta do this.
Takes it short again, Neymar. Using those phenomenal dribbling statistics.
That's a bad place to give the ball away.
But F2TEKKZ has won it here. And again, decides to build from the back, and now
great
a fantastic
lob pass.
Ball over the top here from Da Costa.
Very nice.
Mbappe's doing all he can.
Very good flick.
All of his pace and speed to keep up with that ball and keep it in play.
He's got the middle wide open right now.
Into Neymar. Things looking dangerous here.
Uh-oh.
To Elasticos! And a left-footed finish to match!
I had like flashbacks of when he did like the 3 or 4 elasticals all at once. When he got into that position, I see him do it twice.
And Tekkz has looked somewhat uncharacteristic through this game. He hasn't been going for the normal ways we've seen people score in this event. He almost wants to beat Kurt in his own game, and that was a beautiful goal as well. A couple of elasticos, some drag backs to boot.
It's a good skill move combo to get into the space to open yourself up.
Now he takes the lead. Now
he doesn't green the shot, so the game could decide to miss that, but not a bad goal to concede. The mechanic itself is him doing the fake shot afterwards. That would have been like a little bit different for next year's game, so we'll see how that works. But for competitive FIFA, for FIFA 19 mechanics, not bad.
The finish, sublime. And now we're into stoppage time, and Tekkz has possession.
Has possession, and I'm sure.
I think a 1-1 result so far, to be fair.
Touch from Neymar.
That's really nice.
The box. Maybe a chance here for CR7 to add a third. Wins the ball back, and Mbappe has to make the save. And Kurt's got to be careful here, right at the depth to not go into that second leg with a 2-goal difference between him and the world #1.
Pretty good game so far, man. Pretty good game so far. I think a 1-1 would be fair right now.
Takes the lead into the break. Kurt, though, put up an incredible fight and is still very much in.
I think a 1-1 would be fair right now. But 2-1's is not bad either.
What unfolds in leg number 2.
Yeah, it's what you get in this game, right, with the kickoffs and stuff. So, but it's a really well balanced game. I'm liking this so far.
Reminder for you guys that the FIFA 19 Global Series
really
Xbox
nice.
One playoffs are brought to you in part by Turtle Beach. Be sure to follow @Turtle Beach on Twitter. And of course, stay tuned for
the reason why I don't mind Tekkz's goal too much is because he spammed the elastical twice and then did the fake shot to get into position for the better angle across goal. So I mean, it's like this, you know, because he would be able to do 2 of them, right, with the new mechanics next year, and then the fake shot. I'm not sure how that would come off next year, but
it's going to be what changes now going into leg number 2.
It's a good way to the acceleration and momentum that like people like Neymar have to carry that skill move forward and get into a good position is really fast. And to be honest, against a defensive AI that's like really strong, right?
There's nothing but respect, I think, between these two players.
He didn't spam it more than twice for that one skill move, so that's why I don't mind it too much. It's the one that he did 4, I was like, you know, but the 2, not too bad. Not too bad.
And you have to give some credit maybe to his coach here, who's recognized.
This is a fantastic game so far. The only thing that's separating is the kickoff, so I think a 1-1 would be fair right now. But it's FIFA 19, you know. These are the types of mechanics that exist.
We were saying about Enzo's
because Kurt's goal was Coqueta, dribble Coqueta, first-time shot across goal, and then Tekkz's goal was the first-time shot with Ronaldo just kind of like transitioning back, then shooting forward, green time shot on the kickoff, and then the second goal. It's like FIFA 19 stuff, right? The double spam with the elastico and then the fake shot to get into that little angle, pushing the ball forward to take a good shot across goal.
Win the ball in those areas to get high-scoring games, but now he's more than happy to sit back and win.
This could go either way. This is the type of series that like could go either way, you know.
That match to see if we can see some of these tactics in effect. There wasn't too many huge moments.
So this is the Coqueta one? Okay, so free kick.
I mean, how clinical both players were in front of goal was something that certainly stood out for me.
I mean, honestly, we could make a replay package of actually the defensive work that both of these players put in and how well Kurt was able to defend against
shot
Tekkz
across
in the
goal
box with all his drag backs and his skill moves. He was very good
at
the
kickoff
right areas,
one.
player switching when he needed
Ronaldo,
to.
first-time shot.
About Tekkz, as soon as Kurt was on a counter-attack or trying
you
to
see how that's the FIFA 19 mechanic. You see how Ronaldo kind of transitions like this and then does the first-time shot.
Tracking those runs, making it very difficult for Kurt to play those 1-2 passing moves that we know.
That was good manual goalkeeping from Tekkz. I like that Kurt didn't score that. That was a really bad deflection.
And I think he just missed that green timing, unfortunately, which might have cost him the opportunity to potentially take the lead. But this is just superb. That little one there, that little fake shot, I think that Tekkz knew exactly what he was doing.
I mean,
that's a little bit iffy too, because the defensive AI from tackling could decide to block that, because he is blocking the general area as well, right?
Was just like, wow, this is incredible. The fact he's been able to do this. So maybe you're right. Maybe there was some mind games in there saying maybe this is expected.
200 IQ.
So I'm going to try and do something a little bit.
It's like this, you know. It's like this.
At home as well. If you're not enjoying the gameplay, I'm not sure why that would be, but this is something you certainly can enjoy. If you're watching right now, you can link your Twitch and EA accounts and look at what is available right now. A Eusebio Prime Icon Moments for You see it in all of the pros teams, whether starting or coming off of the bench as a super sub. one of the best finishers on the game now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of pros are actually using him over R9 now instead because they just feel like he's a more consistent finisher. But there you can see the pictures on your screen. The coach is just having words. Of course,
yo, can we get a clap for that kid that's coaching Tekkz too, man? That kid's writing notes down, man.
Phenomenal, I think, for him this event. Shells has been one of the players and will be one of the players to watch out for when it comes to the PlayStation playoffs next weekend. But I really think he's added something to Kurt's game.
I think, speaking to Kurt yesterday as well, he was saying that he needs someone there to just keep his head in the game at times. You know, he knows himself. He could be a bit of a hothead if things don't go his way. And Shells is one of those, unflappable characters where he doesn't get
hothead. Yeah, you see the mechanics of his game.
A very chill, demeanor about him as a person away from FIFA as well. So, a smart choice, I think, from Kurt. Not only someone that he gets alongside with, but also someone that understands his personality and kind of contradicts that.
Yeah, we've spoken about how different players require different coaches, and Kurt isn't a player who needs someone to be his hype man. You don't need someone gassing him up from behind. He can do that himself. He has that energy, but to calm him down, that's definitely what you need. We've seen players lose their heads before, and they just play awful because of it.
Headsets on. You can feel the tension right now between these two. If you're just joining us, F2TEKKZ takes a 1-goal advantage into our second leg. You can hear the noise in the background.
All right, kickoff. Let's go.
Back underway. Can Kurt turn this one around and keep his incredible run at this tournament going?
I mean, the answer is yes, he can turn this around. He has the possibility to do so. He showed enough pressure in that first leg. He showed enough domination with possession. It just needs to be in front of goal. He needs to get those chances. He needs that final ball to get past Tekkz's final man. And maybe he needs to rely on a mistake from Tekkz because Tekkz has defended very well so far.
Well, it's Tekkz with possession from the restart here. Such a dangerous situation. Little 5-star combo.
Good defending.
Drag back,
really good defending.
Very well defended there by Kurt. And the thing is, when Tekkz starts throwing all of the tricks at you, you got to focus. And you got to make sure when that chance comes to make that one tackle, you have to nail it.
I mean, so many players in that situation would have panicked when Tekkz was doing all those skill moves towards you, but Kurt, very focused, and wasn't going to allow it to face him.
Oh, half croqueta acceleration to the other side. Very nice.
There from Kurt.
Good defending. Tekkz, dude, I know people don't talk about Tekkz's defending, but this kid can defend, man.
And I think it's just this deep lying.
And it's manual defending,
defensive
too.
Line from Tekkz
really good, man.
Just kind of squeezing the space within that 18-yard box and kind of stifling Kurt's way of going forward.
Yeah, Kurt loves the one-touch football, very fast one-touch football, when it's not easy
when
Tekkz is player switching so successfully and he's pressuring in those right areas. He's almost frustrating Kurt in that final third.
I'm enjoying this, man.
Kurt is very much intelligent enough and a good FIFA player enough to try something different and to find a workaround. He's very good at finding players' weaknesses, and I'm sure he's going to do that.
And this is the first time that we've really seen a little bit of space just momentarily there between Hullet, Vieira, and those centre-backs.
Very nice.
Couldn't quite exploit it.
There it is.
He still has control of the
ball.
Good
layoff pass.
Neymar's going to get a little bit unfortunate there as the ball ricochets back off of the defender, and it will be a goal kick, and you have to give credit again to the way that Tekkz is defending it.
The thing is, can he hold on throughout the entirety of this game? He said that
dude, no matter what happens in this game, man, I hope there's not like really shitty goals because this has been.
A little bit more
if you can appreciate just like very balanced like FIFA, like this is it right here, man.
I would not feel comfortable 2-1 up.
This game could go either way, dude. No one's like dominating, you know. People are they're just going back and forth.
Here's Neymar,
good
skills. Goes for the shot across goal, doesn't hit the green timing. And De Gea will beat that one behind for a corner. Whip straight into the box. CR7's there. Vieira gets there first. Ronaldo on the follow-up. Great handling.
I hate corners.
From the goalkeeper here. And Kurt survives that wave of pressure from F2TEKKZ.
And you can see the difference in styles as well, especially from set pieces, especially from corners. Tekkz very much just wanting to take advantage of the height of Cristiano Ronaldo in the center of that box. But he's not actually been able to get anything from it. On the other side for Kurt, he's been playing it short to the likes of
he's
Neymar,
trying to go for Neymar there.
Dribble his way in from those
the run wasn't made enough though.
Headers, and that's where we're seeing
Kurt's tactics are a little bit more on pressure. He's pressuring him a little bit.
Another thing to note here is
you can see that most of the players are a little bit marked right now.
As well. You see they're not making any overlapping
Great
runs.
pass, wow.
He's relying on the likes of Neymar and Mbappe to attack those fullback areas.
So good.
So the counter-attack kind of gets stifled if you have those players staying back to cover that space. And again, you've got to give credit potentially here to Enzo, his coach.
That's the worst.
What's in that little red playbook?
I think when you notice that certain players are starting to play long through balls over the top of your fullbacks, you have to just say, all right, well, I'm going to have to cut out a little bit of the attacking prowess out of my game and make sure...
Put your pride away a little bit.
You have to, because it doesn't matter if you win 6-0, 7-0, or 1-0, 2-0, as long as you get the W.
There you go, nice.
But we'll have a throw in here in his own third of the pitch.
It took him so long to switch to Sergio.
Again, just that little flurry of activity near Kurt's goal from F2TEKKZ to report in this game. And what has
I
been a
really
game
like
chances.
the way, dude, Kurt and Tekkz, their switching for defending is so
along,
good, man.
No, it will. You gotta be deadly. Here's Ronaldo.
It's so good. Nice.
CR7
Nice.
back into R9. Danger here for Tekkz. Kurt looking for that extra pass.
He tried to get that small little angle right there.
Gets one of those passes off, he's going to have a clear-cut chance and a chance to equalize here. And it's one of those strange moments in the game where Tekkz is going to be more than happy for Kurt to be holding the ball in his own half and building it up slowly. But if then Kurt is able to secure a goal later in the game, Tekkz might be thinking, maybe I should have been attacking a little bit more. Maybe I should have gone for that third goal. So I'm sure that indecisiveness is going to be in his head right now.
That's a big
and
pass.
maybe something he's going to be looking towards his coach to try and give him a little bit of advice.
Nice ball rolls.
It's a great ball there from Mbappe, but a fantastic player switch there at the last second from Kurt. He recognized that pass. And the potential that could have unlocked on the attack.
Oh, that's not the right player. Yeah, he was going for Neymar there.
For Kurt, excuse me. That pass does not find its target. A simple one inside. As I say that, he's got a little bit of fortune going his way as the ball just runs out of play.
And I do think as we go into the second half of this second leg, Kurt is going to amp up the pressure a little bit, and we're going to see a little bit more speed to his build-up because he knows he's running out of time.
Well, Hullit's here on the edge of the
there
box.
it is.
He takes a strike, but
pressure on him.
Hullit
versus Hullit. Makes sense.
There, and you can understand that, to be honest. Having worked so hard to create that chance to not make the most of it.
Frustration is naturally going to occur as well when you're playing against someone with such a deep line like Tekkz is, because you have all this possession.
Yellow card.
You don't have much to show with it, because whenever you get into that final third, Tekkz does step up. He moves his players into the right position. He switches accordingly.
No card? Okay.
And therefore, you lose the ball, and all that possession does come to nothing. So I would be frustrated too. And that is
I was about to say. I was like, I'm surprised.
Well. So you have to be careful and make sure it's not a red. You don't want to be playing with 10 men in a match of this magnitude.
That's a bad position to get a yellow card too. When you want to get a yellow card, you want to try your best to get in the second half, you know, not in a general area like that.
It was when we kicked off this second leg. Kurt still needs a goal to tie this up.
But like he tries to go for the aggressive defending. That's like the tactic, right? You kind of push them out of position. Your other players kind of track back.
Still playing as intelligently as ever, making Kurt work so hard, frustrating him, grinding him down. And going back to something that Spencer Owen was saying during a commentary stint yesterday, you earn this right if you can take the lead, to play with this style, to grind down your opponent. As
nice
Mbappe
pass.
now finds Neymar, just like
First
that.
time shot, yep.
Tekkz bursts into life again. 3-1 now on aggregate. And that really did just come out of nowhere.
He knows the mechanics, man.
Well, that's going to be so difficult.
He knows the mechanics.
Going into the next 45.
Gets that little angle right there.
Goal cushion for Tekkz. It was already
Bam, near post shot first time.
Holding the ball, with having that deep line, he's going to be able to be even more patient and encourage Kurt to come at him even more into this second half.
The crazy thing with those goals is that, like, those are like RNG goals because he hit them in the white, so white is just a regular shot without you using the time finishing mechanic, right?
And he'll be hoping that Tekkz wins so that Kurt can't take his spot.
That's so true. So many implications still. And I want to talk a little bit about Tekkz's game management, because we obviously had a quote from him that we read yesterday as well, but it's a perfect example of what he's doing here. The maturity you were talking about, Dan. F2TEKKZ is just doing it all right now. Yeah, he is. And I think that without this, if he didn't have this mentality, if he was just like a young kid assuming, well, I'm the best, I don't need to improve in my areas, I can slap people 7-0, 8-0, we probably would have seen him struggle as the season went on. I mean, if we go all the way back to the start of the season when we had a very different meta in FIFA 19, Tekkz was one of the first people to adopt the long-range finesse shots, and it was honestly quite amazing to watch how quickly he adapted to that. And then there was a lot of questions asked. How was it going to change when the meta was developed, when those patches came in and people said Tekkz is just a pre-patch kid? He went on to win more events. He adapted. He learned. He's a very, very intelligent young man, and I think we have to give him so much credit for what he's done this year. However, he hasn't finished the job yet. 45 minutes left for Kurt to keep the dream alive. Can he find 2 goals here against a man who is barely conceding goals at all in this tournament so far?
I mean, the most goals that Tekkz has conceded in any one match.
He's going to try to manage the game now. So it would be smart to do, man.
Almost break the tournament record.
He'll try to manage it a little bit.
In this game and take this game
he'll manage it, and then he'll see if he attacks a little bit, like that.
Tekkz might have the first chance of this second half here.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Back here. Mbappe. There's the extended version, the greatest hits.
That's a shot,
from
yeah.
Tekkz.
It's a shot.
Corner. To the young man.
Well, kickoff is gone, so we're good now.
CR7 is there. Kurt works hard to battle to get that header away. Tekkz again, Dumfries this time up to win the header, and maybe, just maybe, there's a chance on the counter-attack.
And Kurt needs to up the pace a little bit, and I'm sure he knows that at this point because he has been slow at building up, and every right to. Sometimes it works very successfully, but now you're 2 goals down. You need to just inject a little bit more speed into your game, and that's exactly why you see these quick, short passes, and that was a good through ball, but unfortunately the run just wasn't quite there, and Tekkz stepped up with Virgil van Dijk.
That was absolutely brilliant defending there from F2TEKKZ. The baiting with the player switching. Kurt thought that ball was on. He thought it was on. He deliberately dragged a player out of position and then used Virgil van Dijk to actually come across and cut that pass out. The little things that you don't notice sometimes are the things that change games, and that's winning the ball back, and we all know how much
fantastic passing.
It's important to
Brilliant
create those
passing,
chances
man.
and closing out games especially.
Yep. He's doing a really good job right now.
Well,
he pushes his forwards back so that he pushes their back line farther back. To create more space in the middle. You see how every player is behind the ball?
Mbappe, chance to strike it!
Near post. Nice try.
Goalkeeper.
Nice try.
I'm sure it's going to be the same of aiming for Cristiano Ronaldo here, but De Gea is able to punch it away, and quite importantly so, you've got to feel a 4th goal would be that final nail in the coffin.
Oh, this has got to be, and he gets there first!
Deflection there?
F2TEKKZ. It doesn't matter how many times
Not a deserved goal. The angle wasn't good enough there.
He finds a way to break you down, and it's Patrick Vieira who beats the Superman attempt from David De Gea to surely have closed this one out.
And of course, frustration is going to start to kick in a little bit now. Not much Kurt could have done otherwise. Probably hoped David De Gea would have saved that one, but regardless, Tekkz has a 3-goal lead now and makes this definitely a mountain to climb for Kurt. It's been such an incredible tournament for him so far. Maybe Tekkz is just one too many opponents. And maybe Kurt's season might be coming to an end unless he can find a comeback soon.
Well, Vieira's found Neymar now, turns back inside. And again, just a little deflection off the player there means that F2TEKKZ will win the ball back once more.
Gotta give credit to Tekkz, man. He's been playing really well this game, but people need to understand, man, the way that FIFA 19 works. The way that competitive FIFA works is just, I don't know. For FIFA 19, it's just like, oh, that's a ball.
Mbappe, though, looking to get the ball across. Van Dijk will get there first.
Because people need to understand, right, is that, like, once Kurt scored, like, his first goal, and then Tekkz scored his kickoff, you don't know how the rest of the game would have gone. Like, I still think this is a 50-50, because people need to understand that when you're down a certain amount of goals, you can no longer play balanced football. You need to play more attacking football to open up the space, you know? So, oh, that's just disgusting!
And is that the spot that he needs?
Oh my god!
We saw what happened against Megabet. We saw the comeback that he was able to come through. And now that will give him the confidence going
oh my god, the dummy! Look at the dummy!
Of this game.
Oh god!
Well.
But yeah, like I was saying, man, this is such a 50-50 game right now, man. This has been up to par right now, dude.
You know it's within him.
It could. This is the type of stuff that could go either way, you know. It's just sometimes shit's just gotta go down, you know.
3 goals seemed like the
impossible task. 19 is,
2 goals, however. Well, very different situation here.
What a fucking goal, dude.
Very, very interesting. Tekkz taking a few seconds here to slow the momentum down potentially. Maybe it's Kurt making some tactical changes. But the pressure now has shifted. Kurt's got nothing to lose. He's never had anything to lose at this tournament.
It's just like I said, man. A crazy deflection, a kickoff, Tekkz, like,
absolutely everything at Tekkz.
dude, I hope they have a balanced game next year, because watching these two play against each other, because Tekkz was even good, like, in, I think it was like 16 or 17 when he blew up. Bros, I'm telling you, man, watching these two play, like, a more proper game would be disgusting, man.
What if you did throw this game away? And I'm sure Tekkz will be trying to ignore that right now. And
I don't know if Kurt's goal was a kickoff. I'm pretty sure the ball went out, but I don't remember exactly.
Kurt's got to focus up as well here, because it will be possession in the hands of Tekkz from the restart. Needs to make sure that he doesn't leave himself vulnerable. Still time here. The real question is, can Tekkz find a... Excuse me, Kurt find a way to take the ball back off of Tekkz here? Can he close that space down? Can he stop this gameplay that has served Tekkz so well so far in this game?
And obviously he needs 2 attacks to score 2 goals, and there is time for those 2 attacks, but initially he needs to win.
Middle's wide open. That's where it opens up the most, is the middle.
Strike from distance. Yeah. Oh!
That's the ones, man. I'd be annoyed too. It's those ones. He's hit it white 3 times. FIFA 19 mechanics.
Out of nowhere.
You could call it out, you know, like with the kickoff. Like, it just, the way it opens up in the middle is just...
Tekkz saw the space. He drove himself into that space. And Neymar...
And it goes through his defender there, too.
From outside of the box, and that's what you get.
I'm telling you, people are going to look at this and look at the score. You can't look at the score. You have to look at the general experience of playing FIFA. You know, this is a really 50-50 game, man. This is FIFA 19 taking over, you know?
The playbook has been put down. Just do what you do, Tekkz.
It's very simple now. It's defend, win the ball back, and hold the ball. Go into the corner if you have to. Or do you go for the victory lap? I think there's too much respect between these two players to see any of Tekkz. His usual antics are the likes of bringing on Steven Gerrard, for example. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything like that. But Tekkz has answered the critics. And he's shown why he's #1 in the world here today.
Tekkz tried to look for a little sombrero flick over his head there. Maybe he is trying to entertain. We were saying Kurt's the entertainer so far at this tournament. We must remember some of the special things that F2TEKKZ has done so far this season as well. Time not on the side of Kurt here. Needs to pretty much score with this attack to give himself a chance. Eusebio.
See, now he has to overcommit on the attack, you know?
Eusebio still going back to Vieira now. And
he got a penalty.
A penalty.
He got a penalty, yeah. Now he has to overcommit because he has to get 3 goals here. So it's possible.
Well.
It's very possible. Let's see which this is. I would go left.
And he scores!
The reason why Tekkz moves the goalkeeper a little bit is because if Kurt doesn't aim for that bottom left or that bottom right corner, and he aims it more into like the middle of the left side, he could save that. He could save that and the shot in the middle at the same time.
But again, that little devil on your shoulder is going to be saying, come on, don't throw this one away. Keep this ball from the restart here. Hold on to possession.
He's got to overcommit now. Even if he concedes more goals, he has to. Team press, overcommitting on overline the side, anything you could think of. Offside trap spam.
Ball back ASAP. And then you've got to win the ball back again from another restart.
Kurt fans who are watching, give him your energy. Push his players forward. Do everything you can. Support your man if he wants to get back into this. F2TEKKZ though again.
Yep. Tekkz just has to manage the game now. That's all he has to do.
So many tournament wins this year.
Should be a good enough amount of time. 2-goal lead.
He has an answer for anything. Kurtz wins it back though. And Mbappe might have a chance to go forward. Mbappe, ball rolls away. Slightly desperate tackle there from Tekkz. Vieira now, massive chance for Neymar.
Should score this. Yep.
Oh, can you believe it?
Yep.
He's found a way.
I just think it's too late, and I think Kurt thinks it's too late. And he's saying, where were these goals earlier when I needed them? He's got less than 3 minutes.
He's got to overcommit now. He's got to offside trap, team press, everything you can think of.
So he can hold the ball, he can play it back to his defenders. Kurt just has to throw everything forward and win this ball back. It's a very difficult task, but if he gets one more attack, there is a possibility of him getting back into this game.
And what a comeback it would be. Onwards, forward.
Yeah, that's a GG.
Press the ball.
It's just 1 minute.
Try and win it back.
All he has to do is just pass to his fullback, then to his goalie.
The only problem is the clock is
or even there, that's it, it's done.
He's out of time. But what a valiant performance it was. Cut through everything at Tekkz.
That was, I don't know, man. It's like I told you guys, like, it's so, in this game with FIFA 19, man, it's insane, man. Because I honestly think Tekkz just, he knows the angles of the first time shots and stuff, right? But he, like, it just depends on the game, right? Because he scored, like, 2 kickoffs, the one with Ronaldo twice, right? The transition then shot. But then he scored the one where he did the elastico twice and the touch to get the shot across goal. He did a white shot for that. Could have been an RNG goal too. Yeah, man. This was very balanced FIFA. I don't think any player was better than the other. I think the goals that Kurt scored were better in terms of generic good football. But in FIFA 19, that doesn't always reward you. So it's unfortunate. Congratulations to Tekkz, man. It was still a very, very balanced game between the two. I think they try to manage the game really, really well. I think Kurt got hard done by with the kickoffs and stuff for sure, but it is what it is, man. Congratulations to the two of them. They're both fantastic players. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to watch the other series as well. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought about the game, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.